It's Friday, May 15th, and I'm here with Pumpkin and Fractal, my two cats. And we're here for a little bit of gratitude with attitude. So thank you so much for tuning in. And it is 8 a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. My name is T. Waldron, and I'm here again with my fabulous cats, Pumpkin, who is 16 years old, and this is Fractal, who's about 2 years old. And Pumpkin was starting to slow down last year, so I decided to get her a young friend. Right? Is that you? Are you the young friend? Yes, you are. So they finally just started getting along now. Before they sort of just ignored each other. But I hope you're having a great day. It's not a Friday. Did I say Friday? It is a Thursday. And it is early. I think I'm gonna have some more coffee. This is a nice blueberry crumble coffee with a little bit of vanilla protein shake in it. I hope you're having a great day. If you don't have a beverage, please get yourself something and take care of yourself. So have a little sip of your beverage, whatever it is. And remember to stay hydrated throughout your day, because we often don't think about hydrating. So that's really important. Let's do a little bit of deep breathing, and then I'll read you a message from Florence Scovel Shinn from her book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. So if you're not driving, close your eyes. And if you are driving, keep your eyes open, but you can still do the breathing part. You're going to inhale through your nose and hold it. And exhale through your mouth. We'll do a few sets of these and hold it out. Now, as we do the next set, I want you to really imagine that you are feeling a healing light. You're inhaling that light, and it's going to all cells in your body and healing any pain or illness that you may have going on. And that light is just healing you as it goes to every cell. And you're holding that breath in, letting it go to all the cells of your body. Good. And you're exhaling. Good. And exhale, hold that out. Like, have your lungs completely empty. Allow any kind of illness, any kind of sadness, any kind of pain to exhale through your body, through your breath. And then you're going to inhale again. And hold it. And you're going to, this really fixes our nervous system. And exhale. Release any tension, stress, negativity, illness. Let it out. We're holding it out. Then you're going to inhale again. We'll do one more set after this one. And hold it. Very nice. And exhale. Hold it out. This last set, I really want you to think about inhaling that nice healing energy and light. And hold it. And exhale. Awesome. Thank you. So that was a little bit of deep breathing for you. You can do this. You can continue that if you want while you're watching. But I want to read to you, this is the start of chapter 2 of The Game of Life and How to Play It. So if you're not familiar with this author, she is Florence Scovel Shinn. She self-published this book in 1925. That's 100 years ago. You know, that's impressive. She was a metaphysician at the turn of the century. And she inspired me to actually pursue my doctorate in metaphysical life coaching. I'm just going to read to you really quick the first line in this book, which I've read many times, and it just bears repeating. Most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle, it is a game. So, good morning. Hi there. Hi, Austin, Jeff. I'm going to do a lot. I'm just going to get through my reading, and I love that you're here. Thank you. Hi, Diogo. Okay. Yeah, this is, oh, hi, Sandwich. I'm going to do the little bit of reading, and then I'll chat with you guys afterwards. But this is Pumpkin. She is 16 years old, and she is a senior citizen. Right, Pumpkin? You are. You're very good. So anywho, this is chapter 2, the law of prosperity. So she talks about life being a game, and you just have to know the rules to play life properly, to be successful. to win the game. Don't you want to be a winner? You can all be a winner. I'm trying. And we can all try, but we have to know the rules. So she goes through this book and says what the rules are, okay? So this chapter 2 is the law of prosperity. She uses the Bible as a rule book, which, not so much for religion, but as a guidance, okay? And it's also from the Torah and the Quran. It's like a lot of the same messages, okay? So thank you. So she says, yea, the Almighty shall be, let me say that over. Yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt have plenty of silver. This one's talking about money, which is great. One of the greatest messages given to the race through the scriptures of God is that our supply can be released through our spoken word. That is so amazing. So by speaking, we can get money. How awesome is that? All that belongs to us by divine right. We must, however, have perfect faith in our spoken words. And the prophet Isaiah said, my word shall not return to me void, but shall accomplish that whereunto it is sent. And we now know that our words are a tremendous source, a tremendous vibratory force, ever molding our body and our affairs. And then she goes on to give an example. She says, a woman came to me, and she had a practice where people would come to her and get advice, and she would guide them. And so she says, a woman came to me in great distress and said she was to be sued on the 15th of the month for $3,000. She knew no way of getting the money and was in despair. I told her that God was her supply and that there was perfect supply for every demand. So I spoke the word. I gave thanks that the woman would receive $3,000 at the right time in the right way. I told her she must have perfect faith and act her perfect faith. The 15th came and no money had materialized. Uh-oh. She called me on the phone and asked what she should do. I replied, it's Saturday, so they won't sue you today. Your part is to act rich, thereby showing perfect faith that you will receive it by Monday. She asked me to lunch with her to keep up her courage. When I joined her at the restaurant, I said, this is no time to economize. Order an expensive lunch and act as if you've already received the $3,000. Wow, that's really counterintuitive. All things whatsoever you ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. You must act as if you have already received. And the next morning she called me on the phone and asked me to stay with her during the day. I said, no, you are divinely protected by God, and God is never too late. So in the evening, she phoned again, greatly excited, and she said, my dear, a miracle has happened. I was sitting in my room this morning when the doorbell rang. I said to the maid, don't let anybody in. The maid, however, she had a maid. The maid, however, looked out the window and said, it's your cousin with the long white beard. So I said, call him back. I would like to see him. He was just turning the corner when he heard the maid's voice, and he came back. He talked to her for about an hour, and just as he was leaving, he said, oh, by the way, how are your finances? I told him I needed the money, and he said, why, my dear, I will give you $3,000 on the first of the month. I didn't like to tell him that I was going to be sued. What shall I do? I won't receive it till the first of the month, and I must have it tomorrow. And I said, as this is Florence Scovel Shinn, I'll keep treating. So Florence says, the spirit is never too late. I give thanks that she has received the money on the invisible plane and that it manifests on time. The next morning, her cousin called her up and said, come to my office this morning, and let's see what happens. I will give you the money. That afternoon, she had $3,000 to her credit in the bank, and she wrote checks as rapidly as her excitement would permit. Okay, so that just says we have to speak the word, and then believe it. If one asks for success and prepares for failure, you will get the situation you have prepared for. So that's a great message. So thank you for, being here for this. This book is really incredible. It's only about, I don't know, maybe 50 pages long. Those are all of her works in that book that I have. But The Game of Life and How to Play. Oh, hey, Chastity. Welcome back. I know you guys. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all the chats. I don't know if everybody's still here, but I hope so. So how's everybody doing today? And if you didn't see it, I just read a little excerpt from the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And how you doing, Chastity? It's been a few days. Yeah, oh, you're good. Awesome. Yeah, it's here. We're on the northeast, and the weather is a little bit, kind of rainy, but sprinkly. But you know what? The plants and the ducks are happy. Oh, hi, Mimi. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We did our deep breathing earlier, and we also did a little reading from the book because the topic on this chapter is on prosperity, which is something that I used to battle with. I used to have a bad vibe about money, and my thought about money now has changed. Okay, because money is just energy. Money is it's not evil. People can do evil things with it, that's for sure, but it's not inherently evil. It's just energy. So what you choose to do with your money is what makes it, where it takes on a good role or a bad role. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm glad you think it's awesome. Yeah, because a lot of times we're taught that, money is the root of all evil. Who's heard that, right? But it's not. It's that might be coming from somebody who doesn't have money and who is like, it's all evil, but it's not. It is neutral. It is what we make it. So we have to, in order for money to come in our lives, and I'm struggling with this now because it's been a lifetime of thinking money's bad and people that have money are, got it in ill-gotten ways. Not necessarily. You can still be a good person and do good things. And if you bring value to the world and you are kind, you can actually make money, and you don't have to feel guilty about it, which is like a revelation. So that's how I'm trying to switch my mindset on that. Now, what do you guys think about that? I know it's kind of controversial. Like I tell some people, like, no, money's bad. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but I have mom energy, so keep it rated G. I'm gonna close out for now. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, everybody. And if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I have a ton of self-help content on my channel. Thank you so much. Oh, and there's Fractal saying goodbye. Okay. And bye, Pumpkin. You did a great job today. Take care. Thank you. I know, Pumpkin. Have a blessed day. Thank you.